going on, Jerome's? Happy Sunday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, moving a little bit slower today. It was family Christmas yesterday, and you know how things goes. Feliz Navidad, indeed. But also something that happened yesterday is Travis Hunter, Colorado wide receiver / cornerback, won the Heisman. Now, I understand the controversy, and I do think a lot of it does stem from Deion Sanders. Like, Deion and Colorado, they're very polarizing. I, for one, am a fan, but I understand where the consternation comes in. But Hunter and Ashton Jeanty, the fabulous running back from Boise State, who's going to look good in purple, by the way. Quasey's going to make it happen. It was the closest Heisman vote since 2009. And you know, both of them had their bona fides for sure, where Jeanty put up a historic rushing season. And I know that people will knock him because of strength of schedule and the conference he played in. But, I mean, he made the playoffs. I mean, without Jeanty, Boise State, they ain't going anywhere. And Travis Hunter, I understand they're going to the Valero Bowl, the Alamo Bowl, whatever. But you can make a good case that he was a top 3 receiver, top 3 cornerback, and that's a lot. And I understand the joke is like, snap count is not a stat. Fully understand. But was this a little bit of a manufactured Heisman campaign? Where, you know, this is not the 97 Charles Woodson, where he occasionally played some offense, was dynamo on special teams. Like, this is legitimately, he played almost every single snap on both sides of the ball. Right. So I don't know. Like, obviously, is Travis Hunter an all-time great college football player? Yes. So is Ashton Jeanty. And it could have gone either way, and both of them are going to be first-round picks. Hunter has a chance to be the first non-quarterback taken in April, and Jeanty's probably going to be a top half of the first-round guy, probably first running back taken. So I don't think that there was a bad choice in here. So yeah, congrats to Hunter. You know, Jeanty is going to have a great pro career as well. Again, in purple, we'll see. Also, annual holiday fundraiser going on right now. Every dollar donated to the show, month of December, will go to Salvation Army Twin Cities, as well as Toys for Tots. Currently at about 3,400. We're trying to get to 4K. Bay. So all the super chats during the live streams, halftime, post-game show will go to the donation. Same thing with Venmos and Cash Apps. Also, donate directly. Links are in description. Had a bunch of Jerome's really hitting those up. You know, 200 Salvation Army, 800 for Toys for Tots. It's been fantastic, but very generous this time of year. And thank you everyone for doing that and paying it forward. And 'tis the season reason for the season. Yeah. Also, final Bears Vikings injury report. So for the Vikings, Stephon Gilmore, only one with a status tag of questionable. Now DNP limited. I don't expect him playing on Monday night. Frankly, I think that they should get him to where the hamstring is good to go, and he can get a full week of practice in. And if that's next week against Seattle, great. If that's the subsequent week against Green Bay, so be it. But I just don't see them rolling him out on Monday night against the Bears. It just doesn't really fit with the Vikings' MO. So you're probably going to see a lot more Shaq Griffin and Fabian Moreau and maybe some Dwight Newton-McLaughlin in there as well. Everyone else participated in full on Friday, Saturday. Patrick Jones second going to return, which is great. AVG is good to go. So Vikings are good there. Bears have 3 out, 1 questionable. So out is Ryan Bates. So he's been in concussion protocol for a month. Starting to get really concerned there. Gervin Dexter Sr. Is out with a knee injury. That's really huge since he's a monster in the middle for the Bears. Backup running back Rashawn Johnson out still in the concussion protocol. And starting running back DeAndre Swift. DNP was limited on Saturday, the last day of practice. He goes in with a questionable tag. Now, even if he plays, he's going to be not 100%. So that's something to keep in mind for the Vikings. Also noteworthy that, you know, Harrison Smith DNP'd on Saturday, except he's been getting the last day of practice of the week off frequently this year, since that's what Kevin O'Connell wants to do, keep the veterans fresh later into the year. Also, today, the Vikings have a chance to make some hay, even though they don't play today, Bay. All right, so the Vikings sitting at 11-2, tied with the Eagles for the second best record in the NFC, and the 11 Detroit Lions sitting at 12-1. Of course, the Vikings and the Lions get it on Week 18. So the Vikings, they need a smidgen of help to get back into this derby. So all of our hopes and dreams are resting on the 6'7" broad shoulders of Josh Allen. Hey, Josh Allen, the pride of Wyoming, one time. One time. Hey, just go score 42 points again, score six touchdowns. I do not care at this point. Just go in, beat the Lions, expose that fraudulent defense, and go from there. Also, the Eagles host the Steelers, even though the Steelers haven't won in Philly since 1960. Russ, Mr. Unlimited one time. So it would be fantastic if the Vikings were able to get just a smidgen of help here or there from the Bills as well as the Steelers. And for the Lions, I mean, that's the number one. I mean, it'd be nice to get some separation from the Eagles in case they're still viable for the 1 seed when the Vikings get back in here. But you look at the Vikings' remaining schedule. Monday night, Bears should win. At Seattle, tough game, should win. At home against the Packers, bring it on. The Packers got their own version of Jay Cutler, which is great. And then week 18, the Lions, woo, let's go. And for the Lions, the Bills is not a gimme. At Chicago is going to be tough on the road in division. At 49ers, can they play for pride? Because they haven't all year. They're like, hey, Debo. Hey, Devondre Campbell, quitting. Then, of course, the Vikings week 18. So I think that I know that everyone and their mom still thinks that the Lions are going to win the North and win the 1 seed. It's not done yet. Certainly not a wrap yet. Yeah. Also something I'd love to see. So it just seems like Jordan Addison this season has gotten it, And yeah, he's had his off the field issues, and some of it is still to be adjudicated. He's facing a 3-game suspension likely next year. But it really does seem like he's bought into the whole Jefferson and Addison, the best wide receiver doing the National Football League. His latest Instagram post, I could talk that poop, but backing it up, that's what I'm better at. And on one side, he had a great picture of him and Jefferson. On the next slide, the iconic photo of CC and Randy Moss. Prayers up for Randy Moss next to it. So I just feel like I just feel like Addison's really starting to get it, which is really fantastic. And yes, like when they're good to go, the Vikings do have the best wide receiver doing the National Football League, slinging Sammy, dropping bombs out there. J.J. McCarthy next year dropping bombs. It's going to be fantastic. Also fantastic is Byron Murphy Jr. Well, Murph has definitely played himself into some money. He should be in the Pro Bowl thick of things. He should also be in the All-Pro conversation. Vikes PR. Cornerback Byron Murphy Jr. Murphy, who has totaled 6 interceptions and 12 passes defended in 2024, is the second player to reach those totals in the past 2 seasons. In the year 20,223 24. Per PFF, Murphy is tied for second among all NFC cornerbacks with a 74.8 defensive grade, a minimum 8% snaps played. So Murph is showing up and showing out. He's been ball hawking at the right time. And with Murph, it's really hard to be a true shutdown corner. It's really hard to be an old school Darrelle Revis. But Murph, he'll give up some plays, sure, but also he won't allow too much yards after catch. He's going to make that tackle. He's great in run support as well. And also he just does have this knack for coming up with timely interceptions. And he does have the mirror matching as well as hands. It's almost like he's a receiver in his own right. So Murph making some big time plays. Likely getting himself a big-time contract, whether it's here or somewhere else. So Monday is the Winter Whiteout and Victor Viking, which obviously I'm biased. Best mascot in the NFL. Come on, man. Come on. But he is decked out in white. I don't know. Is that white or is that eggshell? I don't know. But yeah, Victor's going to be good to go for the Winter Whiteout. I don't know. Could you have dyed the mustache for a game? Or is that too much? I don't know, but either way, he's looking good. Lastly, someone else is looking good. Hey, Teddy Bridgewater, Florida State Champione. Max Preps. Miami Northwestern, Teddy's alma mater, wins their first state title since 2019 with it. Since 2019, it's been 5 years. What a drought. Oh, it's been so long since we've been Championes. 41-0, which, by the way, they beat every team's ass in the playoffs. It's kind of awesome. Teddy wins the state championship in his first year as head coach. So, love it. Teddy had inferred that after the state title run, some teams have been reaching out for him to be backup quarterback. Is it the Lions? Because he was backup with the Lions last year and then he retired. Do they not feel comfortable with Hendon Hooker? I mean, it's certainly possible and plausible, but I guess we'll see. But, Teddy's offense is putting up points. Who knew that it was Norvin Zimmer just really holding Teddy back? But this is kind of awesome. And you see like Deion Sanders coming up through the ranks, and Deion coached high school as well as his academy team for a number of years before he went to Jackson State and then went to Colorado. And I know that they're talking about like Ray Lewis at Florida Atlantic, even though he has no head coaching experience. But Teddy, I would love to see this from Teddy. I mean, Teddy, coaches high school for a couple years, moves up to a small college, moves up to a larger college, moves up to a major college, maybe jumps to the NFL. It'd be awesome. I think Teddy would be great as a coach. I think that he has a great demeanor, obviously the knowledge of the game. Plus, I don't know. I just feel like he has it as a coach. It's going to be fantastic. But that's it. Vikings Sunday news dump. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.